You know, everybody should calm down, even though some people were working to remove the Umaru Damagon, the PDP acting chairman, because of anti-party. Yeah, they are loyal to Tinubu via Wiki. So, and they are like, we will need to resolve. To those of you who are probably hoping that PDP will be the opposition, all of them will be gone by the time this old dust is settled. Yeah, probably they won't even make it to 2027. But you get to see that. So the PDP's, what do you call them? PDP's BOT, led by the former Senate President Adolfo Swabara, had this to say. I think we should start with that.
Thank you very much.
Members of the board, that this agenda is adopted for our meeting today, please say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So the agenda for today's meeting is approved. And of course, I want to explain why I had to go that route. Because the last time we keep improving. The last time the issue was raised, that particularly on some items that we don't know what the business of the day is. That's why I went that route. Distinguished colleagues, the chairman of our great party and the national secretary of our great party, the secretary of the board of trustees, distinguished members of the board, past and present governors, my colleagues, elder statesmen and women, you are indeed welcome to this 78th meeting of the Board of Trustees. It is a privilege to address you today at this pivotal meeting of our great party, the People's Democratic.
Because of our time, okay, let me fast forward that towards the last thing he said, okay? Then we can quickly get on with other stuff, okay? Here.
To turn Nigeria into a one-party state. And I think we are almost there. On August 20th, 2024, the Board of Trustees held a significant meeting with His Excellency Governor Similai Fubara of Rivers State. The discussions were comprehensive, touching on the situation in Rivers and the PDP's future direction. Further details of this meeting will be provided during the executive session with other members of the BOT as we work towards resolving key issues within the party. Similarly, on September 18th, 2024, we had the privilege of meeting with His Excellency Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, who is the chairman of the Governors Forum, PDP, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency Nyesom Wike, and the PDP National Assembly Caucus. These discussions were aimed at addressing concerns within the party and fostering unity among leadership. Once again, full details of these meetings will be shared during the executive session with the BOT members as part of our efforts to resolve pressing issues within the party. At this critical juncture in our party's trajectory, I believe it is imperative, and I believe I'm speaking the minds of my colleagues in the board that we convene a meeting of the National Executive Committee, NEC, as scheduled for the 24th of October this year. This will allow us to address pressing matters and strategize on the way forward for the PDP, especially as we gear up for future elections and prepare to strengthen our internal structures. On the agenda, we don't want to talk about in the open here about our fate in Edo State, and of course go deep into, like I said, into the reverse crisis. However, as we continue on this journey, let us remember that the future of our party and indeed our country depends on the unity, integrity, and hard work of each of us. The PDP remains the beacon of hope for millions of Nigerians, and it is our duty to ensure that we remain true to the principles upon which this great party was founded. If the PDP Board of Trustees is kicked out of politics of Nigeria, Nigeria is gone. There will be no opposition. And of course, what we have is nothing but anarchy. And like I said earlier, we are almost getting there. We should not forget how it started in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The signs are here for everybody to see. I therefore urge all members of this board, and indeed all party leaders, to redouble their efforts in the months ahead. Together we can overcome any challenges that lie ahead and continue to steer our great party towards victory and prosperity. Before I take my seat, the leadership of the board will brief members, particularly as it concerns the tenure of members, the tenure which has really expired on the 6th, I believe, of this month. But because of the problems we have, and because the BOT has the powers to regulate itself, the secretary, when it gets to that in the executive session, will give reasons why some considerations, were made for the board to approve, so that we can, move ahead. But we need those brains. We need these brains to guide the leadership, as to how we can salvage and bring unity and peace to this party. Having said so, I thank you all for listening.
Just so we are clear, okay? So that's Adolphus Wapara. They are all talking about, their party needs to be together, or else Nigeria is headed for a one-party state, a one-party country. It is already a one-party country. As it stands, there is no difference between PD, APC. If anybody tells you there is difference, that's part of the lies I told you, and you believe them, well, I may not be able to help you, okay? However, the guy that happened to be the acting chairman of PDP is stooge, including their acting secretary, is a stooge of Wirewike. So overnight, another group came together and sacked them. Number one, their supposed acting capacity time has lapsed. None of them is talking about holding a Congress where they can actually elect their leadership, because they have no idea what they are doing or how they are going to go about that. Wike is holding like half of that, the BOTO of PDP, the National Working Committee of PDP. So they're like divided into two, and they know it. That is why it is so difficult for them to suspend Wike and get rid of him from their party. They can't. So the other faction now woke up and was like, let's do it now. Even their supposed PDP governors, they are also part of T-Pain's crew. They are APC. They may be working about like PDP. No, don't. They are with Tinubu. Even before Tinubu became your president, they've always kind of been around him. Others are like loyal to Atiku, but that their loyalty is not really anything to bank on. So they announced to have removed the Damagon, appointed somebody else as their chairman. Even though the BOT that met yesterday said such should not happen. Everybody should hold on. They are holding meetings. They are having meetings to make sure. Yeah. So when they made the announcement this morning, Damagon and his own crew, they decided to go and meet the arrowhead of the other faction, who happened to be Bala Muhammad of Bauchi, this afternoon. But not without the backing of the Nigeria judiciary. I'll show you the two faces of those rogues that usually work with Wike inside Nigeria judiciary. There is no case where Wike brings to their desk. Now Wike will win. Whether the people from Rivers State, sponsored by Wike, or any state in Nigeria, or inside PDP, once they go in front of these two, now win. Even if not just expertise or their injunction or anything, they go approve them. So they said they removed the acting chairman since he can't be acting anymore. So they appointed another acting. So the one they removed now went to the leader of the faction that removed him. And they had this chat this afternoon.
Chief of Staff, Party State Working Committee, and honorable commissioners here present. Ladies. Anyway, there are ladies here, so if I say ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, I'm not wrong. We are here today informally to visit our brother, our friend, and also to discuss issues as regards our party nationwide. To also reiterate our commitment to his unwavering support that he has given to this party right from inception when he became governor. You can see the chairman of Northeast chapters here, state chapters here. It's not out of the ordinary, even though the zonal committee are not here, but they are the generals in the states. They came here also to support me, to reiterate their commitment that Northeast, where they come from, it's one, and also they believe in the leadership of the governor's forum chairman. Today, we came as a friendly visit, but to discuss, like I earlier said, so many things. As a committed brother, me and him have come a long way, and that he has been very supportive. I want to reiterate this to my, running this party so that we stress things out. And he has also given me his commitment to continue to do so, so that we'll have one united party. I want to use this opportunity to tell Nigerians that PDP is a brand, is the only surviving party since 1998. We have tested so many turbulences, we have come out of it strong. And today we are reorganizing ourselves, uniting ourselves to make sure that come 2027, we take what rightfully belongs to us. On this note, I'll stop here and allow our host also to respond. Thank you very much.
Nuisance, Lele.
Funniest thing about these guys, like I said, that Nigeria is a lie, okay? Everybody in that room, right? They don't trust themselves. So, yeah, they are supposed to be the same party, right? But they don't trust themselves. And they know themselves very well. The people that removed him, they are in that room. The ones that were removed, they are in that room. And they are telling themselves that we are the most surviving party. We are the strongest and united. Ironio. So when they made the announcement this morning that they've removed him and appointed another acting, you see that one where they left, his name is Injustice Lifu. That's leave him alone. Or leave him alone. Justice Omotosho, Injustice Omotosho. Now that one they right. So this is Lifu Omotosho, Lifu Omotosho. So the two, they are on the payroll of Werewike. If you get any case, or even if you don't get case against Werewike, if Werewike reports you to these two in Nigeria, they have to send you to prison before they even get to read your name. Like, what did you do, Steph? If Werewike approach them and say, I need this party order, then if you see that young man called Mayegun, he should be sent to prison. Sharp, 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 sharp. They will approve it. These two, they are inside the Nigeria judiciary. Okay? And they are like buried there. You see them? Injustice Lifu Omotosho working for Werewike. We call them the judicial bandits. You know, the Nigeria judiciary is the most corrupt institution in the entire world. Yeah, they did a survey. Along. Like they did a survey of the corrupt institutions in the world from all countries, everywhere. It is Nigeria's judiciary that is the worst and the most corrupt. Currently, the person that is leading the Nigeria judiciary, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, is a woman that was banned from entering the United States of America. She was so corrupt that America had to announce that not just our and few others, like, don't come to this country again. But today, she's the Chief Justice of Nigeria. She probably goes to America now. And America just look at her and say, okay, how are you, the Chief Justice? How you doing? You're welcome to America. Welcome to Washington. Do you see the double standard there, right? That is why Africa can never get it right. Since the criminals that were supposed to be dealt with, normal. The criminals that they were not supposed to be holding any real position, right? Because of their damaged credibility, they will still get red carpet in America, like this call. So that was called earlier with Ibrahim Masari. So Ibrahim Masari is Tinubu's special advisor on political affairs, who visited Kolu T-Pain in London. I said, well, you know what? Come with us. We are going to France. So somebody said, Tinubu gets antibiotics in London. Is going for multivitamins in Paris. So they probably have left for France now. Either this evening, or sorry, this night, or tomorrow morning. That's the information I have. Meanwhile, back in Nigeria, where the people are facing hell, and since oppositions are pretty much like in disarray, Kalu has nothing to worry about. Not the people, not the opposition. He's just living his life. But take a look at the leader of Nigeria's workers, Nigeria workers. His name is, what's that his name again? Najeru, no, I kind of like to call him Aparo. Call him Aparo. Aparo, Alashokpekpon, Oni brain to dirty. Take a look at him. He said Tinubu lied to them, deceived them. When they agreed that Tinubu gave them option. Oh, there is one video I was supposed to add. And that was where they were doing, what was that again? Tinubu for president, NLC. Busa for Tinubu. So now, they are more or less like Tinubu call. It deceived them. Listen.
I think the question shouldn't have been with the power I have, because the minimum wage has been signed into law. And minimum wage, they have started implementation in various places. And now the issue is to make sure that it is religiously implemented. However, even if the minimum wage has not been implemented, now bringing up issues like increase in pump price of petroleum products, which will be inimical to the substance of the minimum wage, needs to be fought, even before the implementation of minimum wage. So there's no ambiguity there. If we agreed on a minimum wage when petroleum was being sold at 700, and before it is implemented, like you said, it is now 1,000 something. It is a question of having two logs of wood on the ground. You have to remove the one on top before the one next to it. So we have every power, the way we had power, to equally agree on minimum wage. To say that this new distraction or this new imposition will affect the minimum wage if it must be 70,000. And that is the course of action we're about taking. I think the question shouldn't have been with the power I have.
Very dull, stupid man, so to say. They went into the T-Pain's office, right? And they were they said they were, they were negotiating the minimum wage. And while everyone is there waiting to say, how much do you want for minimum wage? They started from 640,000 naira. They said because of the economic situation in Nigeria, the minimum they would take is 640,000. Later they reduced it. They said, okay, we'll take 520. Actually, they were just talking to themselves. Bunch of idiots. And when I say talk to them, they are not talking to Tinubu, because they were like, just probably nobody even gave them any attention. Then later they came back and said, oh, we'll take 450. Oh, no, they came back again and then said, no, we'll take 250. 250, last. We are not taking anything less than 250. Only for these criminals to send us this video after accepting 70,000 naira minimum wage that cannot buy them a bag of rice.
Continua. Victoria. Asata. Triple star to the president. Bosa. Bosa. Bosa.
They were doing 3 bosa for the president. Bosa. 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 Then a liter of petroleum was being sold for 615 naira per liter. That's what they accepted, though. It's so ridiculous that a naira was being exchanged for 1,500 or so then. They came out and said, Tinubu don't promise them that it won't increase the petroleum price. It's like, how can this group of idiots be the leaders of workers in Nigeria? How? If somebody told you that they have removed subsidy, that means they do not have control over how much petrol is sold anymore. Marketers would have to sell what they get, Abi, what they buy. That's what, I mean, what they bring to, that's what they would, that's what it means to say subsidy was gone, right? So if you go into a conversation with somebody and he says, well, if you want to take 250,000,